So now we are going to start with the part. So for example, in your biomedical instrumentations, you will be designing certain tools or certain instruments. I can think of one instrument that has many subparts. For example, let's say you are designing an MRI machine. So the bed of the MRI, let's say, is one part, and the scanner may be another part. In fact, the scanner itself is too big, which has many components. So each component you can think of as parts. So it's up to the designer to decide which components or how many components he wants to put in one part. It makes the drawing easier and it makes the drawing modular. So if one part has any problem, you can always change back the design, and then you can redesign that part without affecting the entire design. So now we will first start with the first part. Okay, so go to this create new file icon, click on it. It brings you different options. So we have already explored the sketch options. Now we're going to look into the part. Okay, now give it a file name. Let's say this is the part 1. Okay, so in the subtype, you may see have solid, sheet metal, and bulk. Now we are going to leave it as it is. It's a solid part. Okay, then click OK. Now it will bring up a new Windows. Okay, so in this part Windows, what we can see here at the top, you have these part models, okay, part tools that you can use. Now, what I would like you to focus is on the left panel here, which consists of a model tree. So under this model tree, you can see your part name, part1.prt. So .prt is the file extensions, okay, in this ProE software. And then for every 3-dimensional structures, you have 3 planes, right planes, top planes, front planes, and also you may have these 3 coordinate system in terms of X, Y, and Z. Okay, so if you look into the drawings working space, if you point your mouse to this, you see there is a top plane. Okay, and then you go to here, where you can see here, this represent the front plane, as you can see highlighted here. If you go to here, what you can see is the right plane. So as usual, to draw a 3D model, we start from 2D sketch. So before we start the 2D sketch, first thing you need to decide is what plane you are going to use to draw the 2D sketch. You can use right plane, top plane, or front plane. So let's assume that I want to use front plane to do my sketch. So I go to this front, and then what you can see here in this icon called View Normal. So you click on this. So the working space will change into a square, which is normal to you. Now you can draw a 2D sketch in this front plane. So what you need to do is that you go to this sketch icon, click on it, and then it will bring you the sketch toolbox that we have seen before, right? So in these tutorial sessions, we will start by creating a very simple 3D structures, just a cuboid. Okay, so to draw a cuboid, first we need to draw a rectangle shape. So we can go to these rectangles. Okay, maybe you can click on center rectangles, left click, and you drag, you can create a rectangle. Okay, so please you press the middle mouse button. So you have this rectangles on the front plane. Okay, so you are satisfied with it, you can click OK. Now you have this rectangle shape on the front plane, right? Now you would like to change the dimension. Similarly, you have to go to the edit. Now, what you can see on the left panel, sketch 1, you click on it. You can see you want to edit the length of this dimension. You have to go to this define, edit definitions. Okay, you click on edit definitions, that you will bring this rectangle shape, whereby you can click on the dimension. Let's say you want to create a rectangles with a dimensions of maybe is 100, and then the width you reduce is to 50. So this is 100 by 50 rectangle. If you are satisfied on it, click OK. So this is just 2 dimensions. Now we want to create a cuboid. To create a cuboid, of course, we want to make a depth, or we're going to extrude these 2 rectangles. So go to this sketch over here. I can see sketch, and then what you can see here, this is the extrude icon. Okay, extrude icon. You click on it. So what will happen is that if you click on your middle mouse buttons, and then you can drag to rotate the view, we can see this is in 3D model. Okay, you can click on refit window. You click on this purple arrow, you can switch the side of extrusions in the Z directions. Okay, now you can change the dimension of these extrusions. You can drag this yellow drop, click on it and drag in 2 sides. Or more precisely, you can also enter the value. Let's say I'm going to create a toolbox of 80. The depth is 80. Okay, so then you have this cuboid. Okay, so you can rotate the mouse. You can zoom in by scrolling, or zoom out by scrolling your middle views mouse button. Okay, right. So let's say you want to have a normal view on this. You can click on this and then click here. Then you can rearrange this in a view normal mode. Okay, let me try. Let's say you want to see this in a normal view. Click this. It will turn into a normal view. Okay, right. Also, you can go here. Another way is you can go to this top plane. You want to view as normal. Okay, or right plane you want to view as normal, and so on. Okay, right. So let's go to the front plane. You want to see as normal. This is your front plane. Okay, right. So this is how simple it is to create a 3D models from a 2D sketch. Okay, now let's say after you create this cuboid, now the dimension is not right. You want to change the dimensions. What you can do is that you can extend, go to the left panel, click on this extrude. You see there is a sketch 1 here. So you can always go back to change the dimension. Let's say you want to change this, then you go to this edit definitions. And then you can change it again. Let's say you change this to maybe 50 by 50 as a square, and click OK. Then your 3D models will be changed into square, okay, on the front side, right? Now for extrusion, you also can always go back to change the extrusion. Go to this extrude, edit definitions. Then you can change this extrude to 50, for example, and click OK. Okay, so you can still edit the sketch or edit the extrude by click the edit definitions. Okay, so this purple arrow is similar by clicking on this button over here. Okay, right. So there are many other features that you can try out. Let's say, for example, this represent a solid 3D structures. You don't want to have a solid structure. You want to have surface. You can click it here. So it make a surface like this. Okay, or you can thicken the wall of this. Thickening it, you can go to this as well. Okay, you can increase this. You can change this. Maybe it's 1.5, for example. Okay. Oops. You can go to the 15, for example. You thicken the wall. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is the simple tools that you can use to create a 3D models. Okay, 3D models. Now, of course, you can rename this. Let's say extrude ones. You can rename. You can double click on this and change the names. You want to name it as a box, for example, box. And that part will, in this, is called as box. Okay, it's called box. Now, I have shown you how to use the extrude in the part. Now I'm going to use what we call, let's assume that we would like to make a hole, punch a hole, okay, on one of these planes. Let's say I want to punch a hole here, and say it as a normal view. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw a sketch on this plane. Go to the sketch. And then I'm going to draw a circle right here. Okay. And then I have circles. Click OK. Now what you can see here, this sketch 2 is a circle. Okay. If you want to change the dimensions, you point to this sketch and then edit definitions. Then you can change the radius of this. Now this radius is 11.91. Let's say you change it to maybe 10, the diameters. Okay. And you also can change the relative position to this box. So now it's 11.26. You want to change this to 15, for example. So it can change. Here you can change to 10, for example. Right? So this is your second sketch. If satisfied, click OK. So now you have second sketch on this box. Now this second sketch is going to punch a hole through this box. So how are we going to do that? You go to this sketch 2 and then go to this extrude icon, click on it. Now you have options to move it inside the box. When you move it inside the box, you will be highlighted as remove the material. You have to click remove the material. So that means after it's done, you can see you punch a hole here. Okay. And of course, when you remove the material, you can decide the length of it. Let's say you go to this extrude 1 here. Go to edit definitions. Now you can change this. Let's assume that this length now is 10. You can change this, maybe it's 20, for example. Okay, 20. So you will punch the holes 20 unit inside the box. 20 unit inside the box. Okay. Right. So this is the extrude. Okay, you can remove the material or you can extrude it from the part. Right. So that is the sketch and extrude. So there are many functions in the 3D part. You can explore, revolve, sweep, and swap as well. So we will explore this in the next sessions.